Yo guys, what's going on and welcome back to another video. Today I am back with episode number 33 of my F1 2016 career mode. Today we are at the German Grand Prix for round number, I'm not actually too sure, is it round number 11? Round number 12, sorry, of season 2. And after the torturous race we had in Hungary, Sergio Perez leads the standing by 31 points to Hamilton. We drop down to second, 34 points behind him, so we really need a decent performance in Germany. But it is a strong track for me. I really like the track and I feel confident I can get a decent result here. So without further ado, let's go to qualifying. Okay, so our qualifying session should be a lot more relaxed than it was in Hungary, so I should just be able to relax this lap and get through easily. Okay, so around the final corner we should easily see us through to Q2. Cross the line, we set a 1:15.8 fastest lap of the session. Beating Rosberg, beating Vettel, beating Raikkonen. Let's retire. So we end Q1 in P4, easily seeing us through. So Perez tops the session. Perez has been absolutely flying in these past few races, which isn't a good sign for us. But in the drop zone we've got Marcus Ericsson, Pascal Wehrlein, Rio Haryanto, Felipe Nasr, Jolyon Palmer and Jenson Button. Once again, no real surprises. The top team seems to have sorted out their qualifying, for Q1 at least. But that's Q1 done, let's go to Q2. And it's Inter's weather. That might actually help us. We seem quite quick in the wet in this game. Is it going to dry out? No, not really. Okay, get out quickly before the rain gets any heavier. We could see some surprises. Okay, this needs to be a good lap because from what I saw, the rain's only going to get heavier. Okay, around the final corner, how are we doing on the intermediates? We cross the line and we set a purple time of 26.5. That was a very good lap. We're beating Rosberg, beating Raikkonen, so that's always a good sign. I'm going to return to my garage and just make sure the rain's not going to go away. Okay, so the rain's meant to go away in 10 minutes, but there's only 9 minutes left in the session, so I will retire. End Q2, and do we get through? Yes, we do. We make it through in second. Perez in 7th place. In the drop zone, however, we have Romain Grosjean, Valtteri Bottas, Lewis Hamilton, a championship contender, going out in 14th place. Esteban Gutierrez, Kevin Magnussen and Felipe Massa just missing out on Q3. The question is it dry in Q3? Yes, it is. Okay, so it's a dry Q3. Dry race by the looks of it, although the weather forecast isn't too accurate in this game. We've got 2 sets of super softs to get pole position. I feel confident we can challenge pole. We kind of need to beat Perez. So let's go on track for our first run on the super soft tyre. This has felt like an almighty lap. We crossed the line on 1:14.9. That was an absolutely incredible lap. Wow, that lap was probably one of the best laps I've ever done in qualifying. Everything about that was perfect. 3.5 temps up on Daniel Ricciardo. Almost 8 temps up on Perez. That lap was incredible. Okay, so we've got about 3.5 minutes left. I kind of want to just go out on the super soft tyres and see if I can improve again. Because honestly, I think I can find some time. And I've got a spare set of super softs. I might as well just go out and see if I can improve. There's definitely time to find out here, especially in Sector 2. We're going to do it. We're going to improve again by a big amount. We set a 1:14.2. Wow. My pace here is insane. That's if anyone beats that time, I'm just going to retire from the race immediately. Retire from session. Please don't say anyone beats me. We get a pole position. That is by far the best qualifying I've ever done. How much did we get pole by? So Vettel gets second. We got pole by almost a second. That was an incredible lap time. Perez ends up in 5th, a 15.3. Over a second slower than me, mate. I mean, this is the complete opposite of what happened in Hungary. But we have Vettel starting in 2nd, Ricciardo 3rd, Verstappen 4th, Perez 5th, Rosberg 6th, Raikkonen 7th, Kvyat 8th, Alonso 9th, and finally Carlos Sainz in 10th place. But as Q2 was into as well, we can start on whatever tyre we want. So I'm going to start on the soft tyre. I'm sure most people behind me are as well. So it's going to be an interesting race. Can we continue our pace from qualifying? Let's find out. Okay, starting in P1, let's have a look at our strategy. Mediums, softs, and softs. Let's mess with this, see what we can do. Okay, so I've messed with the strategy. I decided I want to start on the faster of the 2 tyres. End on the faster of the 2 tyres. So I'm going to have the medium stint in the middle of the race. So that is the strategy sorted. I'm not sure what the cars behind me are going to do. Could be interesting. But let's focus on this race start. Try and get some distance between myself and the Red Bulls. Let's start the race. So we have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Lights out and away we go. How's the start looking? The start is looking very, very good. And we're going to be leading into turn 1. Can we just pull away? Going to stick it under Ritrix immediately. Yellow flags in turn 1. We're just going to try and run away with this. Hopefully that isn't a safety car. I've just noticed the cars behind me are on the super soft tyre. Ricciardo's looking very quick on the super soft. Perez has found his way into 3rd on the medium tyre. So he's on a very interesting strategy. Not sure what he's going to do unless he's doing mediums and softs at the end. I suspect the people on the super softs are on a 3-stop because judging what I saw from the tyre wear, you can't really do a 2-stop with using super softs as we wipe out the DRS board. Okay, so it looks like if I can get a good enough sector 1 time, Ricciardo isn't close enough to me to challenge me down the straight even with DRS. So that is a positive. All we need to do is keep Ricciardo behind us until he pits. Because I'm sure he's got to be on the 3-stop. He has got to be. Okay, so it looks like Ricciardo's tyres are already starting to go off. He's pulling back. I don't think he got my DRS on the straight, so that has cost him quite a lot with the straight line speed of the Red Bull. But I'm sure he's going to be coming in the next couple laps.
We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to plan A?
Oh, really? No, my tyre wear's fine. What are you talking about? Okay, end of lap 7. Ricciardo comes into the pit to fit, I'm guessing, the medium tyre. So it's going to be a Force India 1-2. Perez is, I'd say, about 5 seconds behind me. I've been trying to increase the gap because obviously he will be leading this race once I pit on lap 10. Verstappen's in 3rd on the super soft tyres. I'm not sure if he's pit or not. He might have already pit. But we're pitting next lap. Ricciardo's found his way back up into P3 on the soft tyre. So he is definitely on a 3-stop. So I'm guessing the Force Indias are going for 2 stops and Red Bulls are going for 3 stops. So it's going to be interesting, although I feel like Ricciardo's fastness on the super softs really screwed him over. He needed to get past me. Okay, go into the pit right now. Perez is going to take the lead. Why are you telling me to change strategy now? That's the worst possible time. We're going to fit the medium tyres. And I think Ricciardo is going to get out in front of me, or it's going to be close. Nope, he's going to get out in front of me, isn't he? He is definitely getting out in front of me. We're going to have to chase down Ricciardo on the fresh mediums, although actually it could be quite close. It's going to be close, but he's going to get out just ahead of us. He's just jumped us. But with the Mercedes engine, can we get back past him? We can't let him get away. Very good run at the first corner. DRS to help us, and we're going to cruise past Ricciardo to take 2nd. He's going to try and hold it on the outside. And I think he's going to have DRS down the straight, but I feel like we'll be able to defend him. And for the 2nd time, we beat him on the slower tyre, although he's going to get back at us. Coming down the straight. It's going to go to the inside at the hairpin. We're going to try and hold it round the outside. Try and get him under braking. Leave him room to hug the apex. Can we get a better exit? I think we can. The fresher tyres. And we take P2. Ricciardo looking again down the straight. The same inside line he took last time. We're going to try exactly the same move. We go a little bit deep into the hairpin now. But we should be able to get a better exit than him once again. Yes, we do. Get on the power earlier. Although he is staying off. He's got the inside line for this small corner here. We hold around his outside and he just does not have the straight line speed. Despite a squabbling between myself and Ricciardo, Perez hasn't actually pulled away. He's only pulled away by a tenth. So he is not very quick on his mediums. I feel like if I could get away from Ricciardo, which I am doing due to that turn 1 speed, I could definitely catch him. And we've just taken a second out of Perez in 2 sectors. He is starting to struggle on these tyres. And he goes into the pit. And we're going to take the lead of the race. Ricciardo's going to take second. And I feel like Perez made quite a poor decision here. He's going to lose quite a bit of time. He's going to be very far behind second place. He's actually dropped down to 4th. Did he have some damage to his front wing? That was a very slow pit stop. Ricciardo's now looking down. Well, easily takes us around the outside, down the straight. We're going to go to the inside line, hugging the apex. And he's going to get a better exit than us. He's going to take back first position. We're going to get in his slipstream though. Can we close enough to make a move into the hairpin? We're closing and we're going to make a move into the inside. He leaves us room. Clipping the apex and close the gap, and we are back up into the lead of the race. Surely his tyres have got to be going away soon, unless somehow he's on a 2-stop, which I highly doubt. Perez going quickly, setting a 1:17.6. He is really pushing now, and he's actually closing the gap to Verstappen. On lap 18 now, Ricciardo pulls into the pit for his second stop, and he is definitely going for a 3-stop now. We're going to put the rich mix on and push and try and get a gap. Try and get out in front of him this time. We're going to be pitting on lap 24, so 6 laps time. And as Verstappen goes into the pit, Perez moves into second, and he is seriously closing the gap on me. Perez could actually be a threat. He's only 6.5 seconds. Well, he's 6.5 seconds behind me. But he is going very, very quick. Hopefully, Palmer, the back marker behind me, can hold him up. Nasser, please get out of the way. Please get out of the way. Please get out of the way. You're not getting out of the way. Move. I don't have time to give you... Oh, you're a dick. You're a dick. Blue flags. Shut up. You annoying human being. I'm not going for a 3-stop. Fuck off. Jeff, I'm going to rip your fucking throat out. Fuck it. Fuck it. What's my tyre wear looking like? Okay. Pretty bad. I feel like I could have made that extra lap though. I definitely could have made it to the next lap. We'll come into the pit for our final stop to fit the soft tyres. This is going to be an interesting final stint. I'm pretty sure Ricciardo... I don't know. Could Ricciardo make it to the end? It's going to be close. I don't think he'll be the issue though. It's going to be Perez. Perez has got to make another stop. But we do a Hamilton coming into the pit. Alright, come on guys. Please give me a good pit stop. Perez is taking the lead. Ricciardo's taking second. That's a 2-second stop. That is incredible. That is incredible. We just get out behind Ricciardo, a little ahead, but we should be able to catch him on the soft tyre. The question is now, do I beat Perez out of the pit? That is the question. I've got no fuel to run. I've just got to push on standard. Okay, Verstappen's right behind me. See, I would have known that if his dot shown up on the minimap. But he's on the medium tyre, so he shouldn't be too much of an issue. And Perez goes into the pit directly after us. I'm pretty sure I'm going to take him then. In fact, no, I'm easily going to take him. What am I talking about? So Perez comes in to fit, I'm assuming, the soft tyre. I didn't actually see what tyres he went on, but now Ricciardo's leading the race. I don't know if he's going to make it to the end. I feel like he's got to stop again. I honestly feel like he's got to stop again, but we're going to try and close the gap anyway. Surely the Red Bull's got to stop again. And we set the fastest lap of the race, a 1:17.5. I'm trying to not push these tyres too much to make sure they make it to the end. But we're still catching Ricciardo, so this is good. Now Perez sets the fast lap of the race, a 1:17.2. He's going very quick. Surely he's going to take third. Ricciardo is slowing down. Maybe being cautious of the car ahead, but surely we're going to take him down this straight. We go 7 tenths up in sector 1. Surely we're going to take Ricciardo down the straight, easily move to the inside, and we take the lead of the race with no pit stops to go. We're in a very strong position. We actually run wide at the hairpin, and Ricciardo's going to get back at us. Ricciardo going very slowly. Has he got a problem, or is he just has his tyres been shot? Ricciardo going very slowly. Has he got a problem, or are his tyres shot? He doesn't go into the pit, so maybe he has a problem. Verline is out of the race, which I really couldn't give less of a fuck about right now. And the DRS, no, not DRS. The DRS, oh, the DRS has been disabled. Virtual safety car deployed. That'll give us an opportunity to just save these tyres for a few laps, or for a half a lap. Okay, safety car is virtual safety car is ending. Surely Ricciardo's got to pit again. He's going so slowly. We've got another incident ahead. Magnussen's out of the race now. It's not going to be a safety car. It's at turn 1, and I can't overtake Ricciardo as there are yellow flags waving. So Magnussen pulls off. That is definitely an engine failure. Ricciardo trying to get past Gutierrez, but can't due to the yellow flags. He goes around the outside. Can we get Gutierrez on the exit? We're going to have to try around the outside, coming onto the main straight, which we do. He keeps out of the way. We have DRS on Ricciardo, so that is helping us stay with him. With just 5 laps to go, I feel like he's going to the end, so we're going to have to think about making a move soon. We're going to put up to Rich Mix and get past him now. We need to start thinking about it. So Perez has moved into 3rd and is right behind us. Verstappen is actually in contention for the race win if there's a collision between myself and Ricciardo. But Ricciardo suddenly picked up the pace. We need to take him now. This is getting a little bit scary. Good run through turn 1. DRS to help us. We're going to make a move into turn 2, for the lead of the race. Hopefully Ricciardo and Perez can battle it out, and maybe a Force India 1-2 at this rate. We need to pull a gap on Perez now because he's going to be a real threat in the last couple of laps. The top 4 cars separated by less than half a second. Any one of us could win this race. And with a back marker ahead, this could be a very interesting last couple laps. So Perez is going to make a move on us down the straight. He's got DRS. He's got the slipstream. He moves into the lead of the race. We need to get back at him. We need to go to the inside line of the hairpin. We can't give it up now, otherwise we won't get it back. A little bit of contact, but we move back up in the first place. Verstappen's making a move on Ricciardo. It looks like the Red Bulls just don't have the pace to stay with the Force Indias. Ericsson, please. We got DRS on Ericsson, so that's going to help us. We kind of want DRS down the main straight, though. We're going to go around his outside at turn 2. He's held up Perez quite a bit, but he's going to get slipstream and DRS down the main straight. This is not what we want. This could be Perez's last chance to take the win. Here he comes round the outside, as does Ricciardo. Is Verstappen going to make a move as well? We can't go up the inside of Perez. Ricciardo may have just blocked us from taking the win. He's still on the inside. Perez gets a good exit. We need to put up to Rich Mix now. We need to get onto the back of Perez. Ricciardo has just lost me this race. Ricciardo has just lost me this race as we come into Sector 3. And after an almost faultless weekend, Perez comes around the final corner to win the race. We come home in 2nd. Ricciardo loses us the race on the final lap. Just because we couldn't get to the inside line, we lost that to Perez. And that is... We needed to beat Perez this race. We needed to close the gap. But Perez, he is unstoppable. Perez is actually unbelievable. He's got a podium almost every single race. He is on fire. But there you go, guys. Perez wins the race. We take 2nd. A Force India 1-2 once again. The Red Bulls are best of the rest. Just didn't have the straight line speed to beat us this race. Although Ricciardo, he tried his best. Hamilton comes home in 5th. Raikkonen 6th. Rosberg all the way down 7th. Vettel down in 8th after starting on the front row. Alonso finishes in 9th. And Bottas takes the final point for Williams. That was a very, very good race. A very tense race. The top 4 being separated by less than a second with just 2 laps to go. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit annoyed that I didn't take the win. That's 3 times Perez has taken me on the final lap. 3 times. So in the drivers, we move back up into 2nd place. But Perez increases his lead to 41 points. Hamilton 46 points behind. Ricciardo 56 points behind. And Verstappen 63 points behind. Honestly, any of the top 5 could win. I honestly think that. I honestly think any of the top 5 could win this championship. In the Constructors, Force India taking maximum points this race and increased their lead on Red Bull to 78 points. It's looking unlikely Ferrari are going to win the Constructors, but Mercedes should have the fastest car. If you didn't see at the start of the video, Mercedes do have the fastest car. So they really should be getting some decent results, but they're just getting unlucky. So there you go, guys. That is the German Grand Prix. That was a very, very good race. I did really enjoy that. But once again, Perez takes the win. But Perez is really looking strong for the title. We need to beat him. We need to beat him consistently in the next couple races. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, remember to smash the like button and subscribe if you're new around here. And until next time, guys, See ya.